my 8th graders, happy Thursday. Today we're gonna refresh what we were learning about yesterday with standard to slope-intercept form. So I do have a few examples like we were doing yesterday to start out with. Hopefully you can go right to pausing your video and solving for y. So we're gonna subtract 3x from both sides. That leaves us, gets rid of that, right? Negative 3x minus 12. Now we have to get y by itself. It's being multiplied by 3, so we're going to do the opposite of that. We're going to divide everything by 3. When we divide this whole side, we have to divide both parts. So we have 1y, which is all we wanted, right? And then negative 3. Sorry, I'm not sure why the light was weird. Negative 3 divided by 3 would be negative 1, but we just write it as negative x. Negative 12 divided by 3 is negative 4. So that gives us a slope of negative 1 and a y-intercept of negative 4. All right, so let's look at a few more. Negative 2x minus 4y equals 36. So this time we're going to add 2x to both sides to get rid of it, because that makes 0 here, right? And we have negative 4y equals 2x plus 36. So we have to get rid of that negative 4 because we only want one of them. So we're going to divide everything by negative 4. So we have just y now, right? 1y. 2 divided by negative 4 is negative 1/2, right? Negative 1/2 x. How many times does 4 go into 36? 9, but it's negative. So that leaves us with a slope of negative 1/2 and a y-intercept of negative 9. Okay, ready for a couple more? Hopefully this is good review. 12x minus 9y equals negative 9. And if you're really fast, I'll give you another one. 4x plus 10y equals 10. Go ahead and pause your videos and try those. So I'm going to subtract 12x. We're following that same pattern, right? So that gets rid of that. Now all I'm left with is a negative 9y on the left and negative 12x minus 9 on the right. So now I have to divide everything by that negative 9, negative 9, negative 9. All right, I'm left with y equals. So this is going to be positive, a positive 12/9. I know I can take 3 out of both of those, so I'm going to write it as a positive 4/3. 12 divided by 3 was 4, 9 divided by 3 was 3. And then I have a negative 9 divided by a negative 9, which is just a 1. Oops, look what I forgot. Forgot my x. So I have 4/3 x plus 1. My slope is 4/3, and my y-intercept is 1. All right, hopefully you can give this one a go. Don't forget to pause your video and try it on your own. It's the best way to learn. So that gets rid of that. I have 10y over here equals negative 4x plus 10. I'm going to divide everything by 10 by 10. All right, so I have 1y, which is what I want. I can take 2 out of these, and I end up with negative 2/5 x, and then 10 divided by 10 is 1. So my slope is negative 2/5, but my y-intercept is the same as the last one at 1, right? All right, now you're going to be determining the equation that best represents the line shown on the graph. So you have to convert them to slope-intercept form. So here is what that will kind of look like. What is nice is that we can write these in slope-intercept form. So we know the b is at 2 and the slope is up 1 over 3. So we have to convert these. Okay? So what we'll do here if we know our target is y equals 1/3 x plus 2, that will help us to know where we're going, right? I think so. So what one looks like a good one to try, or do you want to try them all? So if we were trying them all, we'd have x plus 3y equals -6. You would take x away from both of there. You end up with 3y equals -x minus 6. So when you're dividing by 3, dividing by 3, that gives us y equals -1/3 x minus 2, right? So what we really want is something that looks a lot like that, but is the opposite. So I notice b has those in opposite. Should we try that? Let's try that. So x minus 3y, we can go ahead and cross off that one. We know it wasn't the first one. Equals 6 this time. So we're going to take x away again. We have -3y this time equals -x plus 6. Then we have to get rid of this -3. So we're going to divide everything by -3. Well, y equals 1/3 x minus 2, right? Because we had to divide by -3. Oh my gracious, we're so close and yet so far at the same time. So what are we going to do here, guys? Should we try letter C? So we got our slope right, but our y-intercept is not right. So that can't be right. Man, these are tricky. They're really trying to trick us here. So I'm going to try 3x plus y equals -2. So I'm going to subtract 3x. Trying to figure out how this is even going to give us that answer, quite honestly. So I have y equals that's going to bother me. -3x minus 2. So that's not right. And this other one is not going to make it any better. So I think this has to be a typo unless... Oh, guys, I'm a total dork. Look what I did wrong. Did you see what I did? This is the one we wanted. We did want this one because look at my slope. My y-intercept wasn't +2, it was -2. Maybe you caught that right at the beginning. I wish you could holler at me right now. Okay, so that is a very important point. You got to make sure your y-intercepts are correct and your slope is correct. So if I'm going here, I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1, over 2. So up 4 and over 2 equals 2. So we want y equals 2x minus 1. So my guess is one of these two. And because I want a positive 2x, if I subtract it here and then I divide by a negative 1, that should help, right? So let's try D first. Make our educated guess to give us less work. So we have 2x minus 1, minus y equals 1. So I'm subtracting 2x, subtracting 2x. So I have nothing here, a negative y equals negative 2x plus 1. Then I'm dividing everything by negative 1. Yay! We guessed right. Y equals 2x minus 1. Alright, it helps when you have the correct slope and y-intercept to write your first equation properly so you can compare it to the standard form. So that would be D. Alright, so you would do the same things. You would find your y-intercept. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you would find your slope. Yikes. Maybe right here. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1, 2, 3, 4. So slope equals negative 5/4. And then you would make an educated guess to which ones you wanted to try first to narrow it down. Okay? Alright. Sorry about my flub there. Hopefully it helped you learn to be sure you had the correct problem to start with to compare it to. So you want a 5x and then dividing it by 4. So I'm guessing you're going to try one of these two. Because when you divide 28 by 4, it will be 27/2. So y equals plus 7. Negative 5/4 x plus 7. So try those two. See what you get. Have a great day, guys.